그대가 내게 다가온다면 내게 말해줘. 영원히 함께라고. 그래 그럴게. 나직한 고백. 그 목소리에 내 맘이 떠올라요. Would you come be my lover? 포근하게 안아줄래요? 안아달라 그 한마디에 따스한 온기 전해줘. 그대였나 봐. 그랬나 봐. 내 사랑 되어줄 사람 그대였나. 되어 그대가 바라던 참사랑. 그대 그렇게 바라볼 때면 불안해하던 마음이 편해져요. 나의 귓가에 속삭여주던 사랑 노래가 마음을 대신하죠. 매일 흘러갔던 네 길을 둘이 걸어요. 영원토록. 그대였나. 내 사랑 되어줄 사람 그대였나. 그대를 그대 내게 말해. 그래 내게 말해줘요. 그대 내겐 그대뿐인걸요. 내게 말해줘. 사랑해. 널 사랑한다고 말할게. 너만을 바라본다고. 그대였나. 감사해. 그대가 내게 와줘서. My love. Don't keep me down. 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 Don't keep me down.
무표정 그대로 고정. 뭔걸 보면 의미 없는 생각도 감정. 둘은 모아 그대로 유지통해버려. 발걸음을 돌려 또한 내 여기 서려. 나 빼고 모두가 잘 어울려. 벌써 소저녁 술집엔 안 들려. 다 괜찮아 보여. 행복해 보여. 나만 어지러운 건가 봐. 바쁘게 지나가. 해내 또 지나봐. 내 마음에 꽃은 언제 필까. 바쁘게 살지마 그냥 좀 쉬다가. 신호등 안넌 불이 언제쯤 바뀌니. 있는 힘껏 에너지를 쏟아붓고 달지. 할 때쯤 초록 빨간 둘 중에 뭐가 더 넌 기대돼 yeah.
이젠 그만 따라갈래 거울 속에 나를 바라봐 줄래 마음속에 깊은 곳에 별빛을
서있어 잊혀진 섬 가운데서 파도가 지나가 마음에 새겼던 글이 지워져도 난 아직 기억하고 있어 yeah. 좀 아쉽지만 괜찮은 척 이제는 했어 찢어진 바지가 제법 잘 어울려 바다에 비친 모습도 꽤 괜찮아 괜시리 예전에 나를 떠올려 갑자기 그래도 센치해 나 근데 진짜 필요 없어 딱히 누군가 구조 갇혀있는 것보다 나물 없는 너의 그 수조 그냥 나만의 착각일 수도 있지만 믿을래 내 직감을 그래 don't pick me down 그게 내가 같은 길을 걸어왔던 이유 I'm a pass on that 다들의 시기네 흉 모래시계는 쉼없이 지나가는데 껍질만 보는 사람들은 마음이 어떻대
이젠 그만 따라갈래 거울 속에 나를 바라봐 줄래 마음속에 깊은 곳에 별빛을 No more sorrow 한 걸음씩 돌아
só na vida que a vida não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída. Fecha os olhos e você vai ver. Não é só aqui que sol ilumina. Coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra crer. Apagaram as luzes pra eu ver. Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar. Não é só na vida que a vida não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída. Fecha os olhos e você vai ver. Não é só aqui que o sol ilumina. Coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra querer. Apagaram as luzes pra eu ver. Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar. A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, they seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking extreme.
What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick. This song right here is for all the fellas out there taking care of business and making that money to provide for their ladies, provide for their family. And to all the ladies out there, the fellas gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken. If you got a good man and you want for nothing, and you wanna keep that man, you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need to show some respect. Girl, you need to bow down. All my fellas, tell your lady. Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that? Bow down, girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that. Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Baby girl, what's the deal? Got no time for freaking girl, you're acting mad. Never want for nothing cause I'm paying the bill. Sleeping all day, the house is filthy. No meal. Come on, girl, give me some feedback. Let me know what's good, what's up. Where's your head at? Giving me attitude, not today, girl. Dead that. Strip off them clothes, I'm trying to beat that. Bed that. You're really saying not tonight? Not tonight. My blood is boiling hot, girl. You're getting me tight. Aw, man. To the right. Don't let that door hit your ass when you leave. You talking like you hot, you not. Shorty, I know dime pieces, trust me, you not. I can get a next chick, next one. Like Gucci said, in the next 15 minutes. You ain't special, don't be foolish. Running around town like you rich, no, I'm rich. Without me, you wouldn't even have that. I'm Scrooge McDuck swimming in money. Hold my top hat. Park Avenue lifestyle, you love it. You're acting out of order and now you're gonna lose it. You claim that you're in love with me, in love with me. You wanna be my wifey, be my wifey. That's looking pretty bleak, unlikely. You should've paid homage, girl, you fucked up. Can't do it, no more, I'm done. I'm fed up, game over, clock ran out. Girl, your time's up, get your things, have a nice life. Keep your head up like Shaq and Kobe was a good team. But now we broke up, should've bowed to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life.
What a night, people dancing in slow motion, blurry eyes. But I've had enough, it's time to say goodbye. 3 a.m. as I'm walking home with a smile. Smoky moon, like a shiver, all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty, lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming breath.
What's going on? We're back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. yo. In the chat room. How we do it? How we do it? Get them up. Get them up. Hey. Gender. Big Shirley. Hey, hey, hey. Let's get it, people. Godfather in the house. And the house is packed. Oh, he hate him. Oh, he made me sick, girl. Oh, I got a PhD. And he trying to tell me I need to settle? Girl, please, I ain't trying to hurt this mess. You know how long it took me to get in these shoes? You know how long it took me to get in this dress? I'm trying to find somebody. Drop 5, 10, 20, 25. I can't go home, bro. I'm hungry. I need some wings to sign. Let's get it. We got it. Oh, he's fine no matter what. Who he think he is? He don't even look that good. I mean, who you trying to keep? Oh, I hate him. Oh, Eric ass. Make me want to just choke on my saliva, girl. I can't stand him. No, girl, but you do be making them suits look kind of good, though. I'm trying to say, I don't know. I mean, you can say what you want, but the brother does come correct. I mean, I'm just saying, huh? Welcome back. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional image consultant, and my job is to make sure you look good, smell great, under the best version of yourself each and every day. Candle of the evening from La La Beau. We have none other than Santal 26 fragrance of the day. We started off with the last little bit of probably one of the best rose fragrances on the planet. Rose 31 from La La Beau, the laboratory. And then we're going to round it out with, in the evening, Chicago exclusive. Bay 26, it's a Chicago rose. So, how's everybody doing? Are we good? Are we great? Are we golden? So I'm working on some new setups, guys. I'm about to go on vacation. So Godfather may be in a city near you. Don't be surprised if you see me riding down the street in something with some suicide doors on it. Ooh, I shouldn't have said suicide. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have said suicide. Some self-deletion doors. Oh, you people are monsters. You're horrible. We're going to need to change that from suicide doors to a little bit. Oh, God. I'm going to hell. We ain't even got started yet. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Lizzo. That's all I want to say is thank you, Lizzo. Appreciate you and Cardi B for what you're doing. Why is that important? Why should we say thank you to Lizzo? Well, guys, before we get into this program, we got to make sure we have these likes up. Come on, man. We're going to need to get this engagement up. So we got to keep the likes, dislike, engagement up over 50%, because if we don't, we're going to end up having to hear that damn song that nobody likes. You know that song. What is that song that nobody likes? If you don't want to hear all that bull crap, then keep my likes and engagement up, because we really need to say a big thank you to Lizzo and Cardi B and everybody else out there that be doing this. Let's see. Lizzo Music. Thank you to Lizzo Music and Cardi B. Oh, what a weekend it was. Did you guys miss me? Everybody's like, where's he at? It was Friday and I needed my Godfather fix. Well, wait, Some of y'all been trying to treat me like a $2 hoe. I come in here doing the best level of professional show I can give you week in and week out. I can't even get likes from y'all at this point. You know, everybody's getting in here doing what they do. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they don't need me around as much. So I just decided to take some time off on Friday. If you like to see the show and like the show to be consistent, show consistent support, people. That's not much to ask. Not much to ask. All right. So, let's see. Engagement up over 50%. How we doing? Everybody digging it? Let me drop this down here. That's the studio going right there. If you haven't joined my Patreon community family, you don't know what you're missing. You want to get on the ground floor of this. More on that later. Y'all like that? People keep asking, what is that? That's a watch winder. That's a watch winder. Timepieces require winding. So sometimes you'll go to your watch drawer, and if you haven't wound your watch, if the power reserve is 72 hours, 48 hours, 24 hours, automatic, something like that, keeps your watch wound, and it's a piece of artwork. Kind of like this one back here, too. Let's do that. So that's that piece right there. Let's see. What are we rocking today? I don't even want to get into that. That's what's in the watch winder. You know, it's kind of a serious topic, so let's go ahead and switch the watches out because it's time to have a conversation. It is time to have a real conversation about the situation. And why are we thanking Lizzo and Cardi B? Well, over the weekend, a video dropped with none other than Lizzo Music. You know, the original sexually aggressive, body positivity queen as it is. And you know what she did in that video? I'm not going to play it because I don't want to risk the copyright strike. But in the video, this is the same woman who is over 300 pounds and demands and sees no problem, and the world sees no problem with her shaking her ass in a public venue like the Lakers game. This woman is allowed to sexually harass men at her leisure. She is allowed to sexually assault and insult men who just rebuke her advances. And you know what happens? She gets famous for it. She gets so famous that she can make a song to say, my business is in the world. She did a TED talk talking about how she got famous for her least favorite body part, her huge butt. It is huge. And you think about it. If Lizzo were Larry, this would not happen. A sexually aggressive, voyeuristic, demonstrative, over-the-top, inappropriate man would not last a nanosecond. Yet, today, we are expected to not only not say anything, we're expected to promote it. And I say thank you, Lizzo. Thank you, Lizzo, and thank you to Cardi B for showing us that it's okay to be your very best self. See, a lot of men today, men have been coward. We've had our fangs removed, our claws trimmed. We're not supposed to be full-blooded men standing up straight and saying what we think. Everywhere you go today, men are being edited. We have to self-edit. But women can be loud, proud, strong, to the point to where she can make a song and say, I haven't banged Drake yet, And it's #1 trending on YouTube. So I'm saying thank you, Lizzo, for setting the standard and letting the men of the world know that it is okay for you to be an unashamedly man. See, what she's doing is not called toxic femininity, it's called power. What she's doing is not called toxic femininity, it's called female empowerment. Well, guess what? This is a free society. We're equals, right? Then men, I want you to start doing the same thing. And if you get rebuke, I want you to say, well, Lizzo can do it. Why can Lizzo harass? Why can Lizzo get in the inbox of Captain America and you can't get in the inbox of Rihanna? Why is it okay for Lizzo and not okay for the men? The thing is, it is okay for the men if we stop acting like a bunch of biznatches. We cannot be defanged or declawed without consent. She said in her interview, I thought about, should I put this line in there? Should I not put this line in there? And she said, screw it. Because Lizzo knows the climate today will allow her to do it, get praise for it, get money for it, get notoriety for it. All positive. No blowback. No different than thank you to Cardi B. A woman, a mother, a wife who admittedly, back in the day, drugged men and put them in compromising positions with members of the alternative lifestyle in an attempt to rob them and keep them quiet. She was allowed to say this in public and win a Grammy. No one came over to talk to Dr. Claude Anderson, Thomas Sowell, to the intelligentsia of the black community, but Joe Biden damn sure went and talked to Cardi B. And why is this, men? Because we have ceded our territory. We have allowed the women of our community to stand up like this proudly. And I'm sorry, black men in particular, men in general, it is time for you to start pushing back and saying, it's good enough for Cardi B, and if she can do it, I can do it. If they can have a slut walk, we can have a macho walk. You guys are going to have to stop doing what's going along to get along. Shout out to Kwame. You guys are going to have to stop this bullshit of trying to get along with everybody. And shout out to Dennis Sperling. You guys always trying to play both sides of it. No, stay on man code. Stop throwing men under the bus thinking it's going to gain you brownie points with women. You look weak. They know what they can do. What can we do? Let's look at these likes, dislikes. We got to get it up. We better keep it up. Because, like it or not, I thank Lizzo. I thank Cardi B. Cardi B not only said what she said, then she turned around and made a song with Megan Thee Stallion to where you have one of the greatest politicians, black female politicians of all time, Maxine Waters, praising her. Talking about how revolutionary WAP was. Well, thank you, Maxine Waters. Just like I said back then, I agree. I agree on our right to say it. Freedom of speech is paramount. Men, you should follow suit. Follow what Lizzo is doing. Follow what Maxine Waters says is acceptable. Follow what the music industry says is acceptable. Follow what YouTube says is acceptable. If Lizzo can trend #1 page by saying I haven't fucked Drake yet, then hey, we should be able to talk about everything that they talk about without being censored. But we know that's not true. Why is it not true? Because men, when you get in the room with women, far too often you tuck tail, your nuts go up in your stomach, and you think by trying to be friends with these women that they're going to respect you. Get the French toast out of here. Women respect men who stand on that square and have power. You need to get comfortable with being alone and get okay with no. Yes, women are wonderful. Yes,
vaginas are great.
Yes, women are wonderful and vaginas are great. But guess what? Being a man is even better. Stop apologizing for being a damn man. I took so much heat when I told black men to take off the Jordans and put on some clothes. Because at least in the Jordans and the athletic wear and all that other kind of stuff, when you're more acceptable because that's a more youthful look. But when you step into the image of a man, you are a threat. Well, guess what? Damn it! As an image consultant, I will tell you: in order to get the part, you need to dress the part, to be the part, to become the part. So thank you, Lizzo. Thank you, Cardi B. Cardi B, if I'm not mistaken, was she pregnant? Is Cardi B pregnant? Is she pregnant? What I do know, that's a wife. And they are allowed to be sexually aggressive. Not just explicit, sexually aggressive. You feel like you can't even compliment a woman because you're so afraid of being canceled. Well, the only way they can cancel men is if men shut the French toast up. This is where we as men fall apart. We say, well, he did so and so, and Mel, I got a sister, or I got a mother, or I got a daughter. I wouldn't want that to happen. So let me side with the women, you fool. They don't do that for you. Women side with women first so they can do what they want to do. Especially in our community, the men are going to have to stand up and say, if Lizzo can do it, Cardi B can do it, well, damn it, thank you. And make it to where either they're going to have it for everybody or for nobody. And this can't just be a talking point. This must be something you guys decide to live. Like I said last week, like I said, I'm sorry. Like I said, week before last.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. The battlefield, the playing field is switched. So now it is time for you to run, become aggressive, stand forward, confident, intelligent, and assertive. Confidence comes from repetition of success. Intelligence, great, comes in various forms. But the one thing that men in general, in our community in particular, need to improve the most upon is being assertive. Being assertive and staying on code with men. Why do you think I never beef? Because I'm on code. Why do you think when it comes right down to it, I said before and I say it again, I'm always going to be on the side of men. Because when men are the best versions of ourselves, we make the world a better place. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal. When a man is doing what he's supposed to be doing, when he's becoming a king can elevate a woman to her highest place, which is a queen. You marry a peasant marrying a queen, he's just the queen's husband. So thank you, Lizzo. Thank you. Thank you for letting young men know that you can get out there and stand forward, be confident, intelligent, and assertive. Take a risk of pissing people off and offending people. If you're being true to yourself. Women don't seem to have any problem that taking the risk to be offensive. You need to take the risk of being offensive to reassert your place in this world. Other men around the world, they see men as men being assertive, not asking for permission. It is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Confident, intelligent, and assertive. Women will tell you they don't like it, but you better believe those are the men that they get moist for. You little friend zone dudes.
Vaginas are great.
Waiting your turn in line. Sorry. If you want leftovers, be my guest. But I want to talk to the men who can understand. Don't get mad at Lizzo. Don't get mad at Cardi B. Thank them. Thank them for reconfirming what you already knew. That it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to express yourself. You don't have to mute yourself. You don't have to edit yourself. And that's one of the reasons my critics and detractors dislike this platform. Because over here, men are starting to assert, speak their mind, stand on their square. They don't like that. Because it threatens power. And see, I said it a year ago. Power is not given, it is taken. If you can't deal with your women, if you can't assert over your women, then how do you expect men from other groups to take you seriously? Like it or not, gentlemen, this is a time you should sit back and say, wow, that's incredible. Just go look and see the impact this song has had. When WAP dropped, straight to number one. When this dropped, straight to number one. But when Two Live Crew and Uncle Luke's did it, straight to jail. They could only do that because the men decided to lay down and co-sign. Ladies, you should say thank you to Lizzo and Cardi B as well. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational women, truly FBI women. Women who really want to be with the man and be on the man's side. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. Women who really want to be in their place with the man. You actually have something to be against. You should stand up loud and proud as a pick-me-sha. You should say, I am a proud pick-me-sha because I'm not worried about rumors. I'm a proud pick-me-sha because I'm not worried about putting my WAP out there. I'm a proud pick-me-sha because I'm not worried about going on some walk. Use that as a great thing to be. See that ain't me. Big ups to them. Enjoy what they do, but ladies, you need to use it as an opportunity as well. If that's what you want, that's ain't what I am. I want more. I deserve more. I value myself more than that. Don't sit around and get mad at it. Get glad at it. Be like, shit, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for showing what's the difference between that and this. This week is going to be a on fire week. I've already announced it on my Patreon. The family, stuff you will never see on YouTube. The videos will never be here. They won't be unlisted. It's only over there. Going to be the premier online private community of like-minded individual doing like-minded stuff. Man, you want to get in on the ground floor of that. Number one. Number two, Instagram. Instagram leans more female. There are things that I can do on Instagram that I can't necessarily do on YouTube by reaching a different audience. All platforms are different. What I can do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are different, and each one has a different strategy. So don't think just because you catch me on one place, that you're getting the same content. The content on Instagram and on Facebook are going to be in the same ballpark, but different approaches. So today we're talking about thanking Lizzo and Cardi B. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about if we really want, especially in the black community, how the black community, if you really want to have a community, we got 10 years or less. In 10 years, you will be mixed in. And the quickest way is for the church to make an appeal to black men. Pack a lunch. Wednesday. You want a black community? The black church must reclaim black men. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to tip my hand. Oh, don't tip your hand, Kevin. Oh, the game of power. So I guess that's why, people will say that I'm an antichrist at the end of days or whatever. I'm going to say this one thing else too. You might want to tell your friends that making those kind of statements, even inferences, is not funny. There are people out here who are mentally unstable and mentally unbalanced, religious zealots and fanatics. You may have a net worth of $27 million, but my estate will be happy to have all that. Have an opinion, but don't act like we don't have lawyers too. See, now I keep looking in the chat room and I keep seeing guys saying ain't gonna happen. What I need you gentlemen to understand is this is where I need you to be quiet. I need you to be quiet because you are thinking from a man's standpoint. Men don't change. We pick a team and we ride with it for a lifetime. Women are the ultimate survivors. 5 years ago, BGS told folks this is coming, and no one believed him. And right now, he's looking like the oracle, and what he was saying has been coming to pass. And people have been talking about this for years. And there were guys over there, never gonna happen, never gonna happen, never gonna happen, never gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Women in men's spaces, and what? Stop saying what ain't gonna happen. My question is this: what are you gonna do about it? If you're in the percentage of men who are about getting stuff done, then this is a platform for you. If you've already got your mind made up and you're out of the game as a man or a woman, you're free to watch, but your opinion is moot. 54% of black men are in the middle class. 54% of black men are single and childless. 61% in the middle class. 31% of black men are married. So roughly 85% of black men are doing pretty damn well. But when you hear people talk about the image of men, black men in particular, it's about that 15 to 18%. That 15 to 18% get a lot of attention. And it is time for the men in the 85% to decide to take your image back. You count too. Why is this important? Well, we're a group that allows WAP and rumors to come up. Why? Other group of men would not allow this. They have the reins of power. Tommy Lauren, anybody? When Tommy Lauren came out and said men are trash, blah, 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 blah. Short order, she backtracked and crab walked that thing back because they have power, infrastructure, media, banking, finance, real estate, deals. You want to be able to have some say? Then you're going to have to knuckle the French toast up, man up, and build something, have something to have as some leverage. Being right ain't going to get the job done because that's what women should do, ain't going to get it done. Should do won't mean shit. We got to live by the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. You can be right and lose. How many times on YouTube do you hear people who are loud and wrong? I would rather win. Ladies, my question to you is this. How do you feel about your image being represented by rumors and WAP and slut walks and this and that and twerking and this and that? Are we making, what did my buddy say? What did my buddy send? You know, what he sent this the other day. Let me see this. Yeah. Twerking. Is twerking teaching how to be a wife or a trick? Twerking is nothing to be proud of. Twerking ain't gonna get you down the aisle. Twerk is not going to get you a man of value or substance. Oh, also, another thing I want to talk about this week is why I don't talk about morals and religion and things like that in regard to high value men. That's going to be its own broadcast because as with most of my critics and detractors, they only listen to about 3 seconds of anything before they make a 3-hour damn video. And seem to think that I came up with the concept of high value men alone and that it's all about money, even though I've sat down for how long and showed the tenets of a high value man, as it were, Jesus H. Christ. How many different damn times do I have to say it? Making $100,000 or more in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston dollars. If you're in New York City, adjust the cost of living. You've earned that money for 3 to 5 years. High value men recognize him as a peer or a potential peer. He has a network of high value men and other people. He is visible at a LinkedIn level, meaning vice president emerges at Morgan Stanley or Chase versus I'm an entrepreneur. Those two things may have different outcomes, but one at least draws an archetype to the mind. And 6, utility, useful to others and the group. In that, I don't talk about morals, character, religion. Why? Tune into the broadcast. But anytime somebody mixes my name with high value and only talks about money, turn them off. They have not listened to me. And if you have not listened to me, you cannot critique me. I'm gonna hit that right there. If they can't tell you the if they can't tell you the six basic principles, they have not listened to me long enough to critique me. But my name is good for clicks and views right now. Cool. But you're not an honest critic. Because I would love to see somebody argue that. The value of a man like that. And there's a difference between a high income man and a high value man. You can have a high income, make a lot of money, and not have the same or equivalent value. But I don't want to get off subject. Let's open the chat room because I want to ask the question, ladies. All these rumors. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. Is this what you want? How is Lizzo helping you get what you want? How are all these boss bitches helping you get what you want? How are these strong independent? I don't cook, I don't dope, I don't this, I don't that. How is any of this helping you get what you want? The very people who are telling you what not to do for a man, you need to realize the very women telling you what not to do for a man have men. And the very men telling you what not to do for a man have women. You are a fool to listen to a woman who has a man telling you what not to do for a man, and you are a fool to listen to a man who has a woman telling you you can do bad all by yourself. They need you by yourself. Because with men comes protection, provision, logic, and also tighten up on those purse strings. So let's get into it. Let's get into it because I really want to hear some of the counters to this knowledge of what's going on. I really want to hear what the problem be, anime. Questions, comments, concerns, ladies only. Questions, comments, concerns, ladies only. I'm not talking to gentlemen. I'm not talking to men. Don't call in. You won't get through. Let's get it.
Lunar. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar. Un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que porque tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money working. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de donde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, Money work, corazón.
Moderators, keep dropping the Patreon link in here.
Plata no te hace
That's the
ser
link to
feliz.
Patreon. Moderators,
De
place that in the chat room from time to time.
corazón, plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo
But you can't
quiere
keep a man. That's so damn sad.
Money work, money work, money work, money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
All right, on the Ask Godfather link, you will be on the screen side by side with me. You don't want to be on the screen side by side, don't hit the Ask Godfather link. And then on the Zoom link, you must be visible on camera over here, but you don't have to necessarily be on YouTube. You can request not to be on YouTube. You just got to ask. You just got to ask. Oh, let's worry about this later. New technology. Going out, headed to New York next week. Taking this stuff on the road, man. You got to get new technology. Got to be ready. Got to be ready. So the new iPad is dope. And got the new headphones and the AirPod Maxes to listen to that good music. Yeah. So you got to be on camera. If you're going to get on the Zoom link, on the Zoom call, questions, you have questions or comments, you got to be on, if you got to at least be in over here. I mean, if you're going to troll, go ahead and just do it so we can get on out of here. No, that's not going to work. Let me go ahead and do this too. Yeah, you got to go ahead and just decide to get on camera. I don't have time to play games. There we go. You would think the trolls would start to realize, it's like, well, damn, we've been trying to troll him for 10 years. You're not going to get through. All right, Persia, are you ready to go? You got somebody in the background. I don't do teams. I don't do teams. So, here we go. Yeah, you turned your camera off too. So I'm going to get rid of you, Persia, in 5 seconds if you don't turn the camera back on and come back in. I think people think I'm kidding. So, what it comes down to, gentlemen, ladies, is image matters. And for so many, and especially in our community, if we don't take ourselves seriously, why should anybody else take us seriously? I mean, seriously, what's the point? You know, a lot of times women think guys are just being jerks when we say take off all that hair and the Wookiee weave and the acrylic nails. Last night I was eating dinner in a nice restaurant, and the young lady's nails were so long, they were like this long. And I just sat there and looked at her. Very attractive young lady, very fit. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, but you're done. You're disqualified from men from serious men, from thorough men. You are disqualified with that kind of stuff. No one takes you seriously. If he cannot take you around his colleagues, your reputation and your image is a reflection of him, ladies. And if you are good just for the streets, for the bedroom,
She belongs to the streets.
fine. All right. If you're only good for the bedroom, then that's fine. That's where you'll stay. Unmute yourself and hold the phone steady. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this person right here. Unmute yourself. All right. All right. Persia, unmute yourself. Why isn't that already done? How old are you? Your homie's a man? All right. What do you have on the subject? Whoa, 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 whoa. I want to hear what I make. You're an artist? So you're 38. You're over your homie's house. You just finished shooting some videos, and you agree that the music and some of the culture may be detrimental. But then in the next breath, you say you're an artist, and
Yeah,
you
because we
and you
actually
may
use
do a WAP
derogatory.
song.
Yeah, I don't think that as far as like I agree with you as far as Biden and Maxine Waters and stuff like that, meeting up with Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion when they should be talking to a Claude Anderson. I think that music is an expression. I mean, back in the day, I remember hearing old time music where
I
they
mean,
was talking.
I gotta ask you about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
You're saying the right things, but you live the wrong way.
Um,
You just said I
I
may make a WAP song.
Yeah, but I'm also not on a major platform either.
Doesn't
See, it's a
matter.
difference.
It
I
doesn't
think it's a
matter.
common
It
place
doesn't matter. It
in
doesn't matter.
music.
It doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. So I'm not a major. I'm not a major distributor of. I'm not moving bricks. I just sell a little. I just slang a little slum.
All
You're
right,
almost
so
40, and you're almost 40.
okay, so my whole thing is this. All right, before we start going into that, the thing is that music is an expression, an emotional expression, and people are allowed to speak about anything that they want. Now, there's a
I
difference
can't make
between
this shit up,
speaking about.
people.
I think no, seriously, I think that anybody can
Hmm.
express anything that they want. You have
Uh huh.
love poems.
What does your husband say
You have
about it?
Yeah, as
What,
far as but
what
on
does
a
your husband
major
say?
platform, I don't
What does your
agree with
husband
it.
say about it?
My boyfriend actually doesn't mind it.
I said, what does your husband say about it?
Yeah, well, I'm not married.
Okay. Any children?
No.
Okay, ma'am. You did the same thing. You, if there's a line to be drawn, you're on their side. You're on the Cardi B, Lizzo side.
No, I'm an
Yeah, yeah,
artist.
you are. Yes, according the way the men look at it, that's where you are. And I want you ladies to understand what I'm about to say and listen well. You ladies always try to come in. Oh, you need dick in your life, and all these foul and ratchet songs will come on in the club, and y'all will be the first ones to run out to the dance floor, dancing and shaking your ass, and we sitting like, well, he ain't talk about me. Chris Rock talked about this 20 years ago, and you're doing the same thing, coming in saying the right things, but then in this next breath, but I can make a music song and express myself. Can't you express yourself without having to be whopped?
Yeah,
Did your
but you know,
grandmother? What
back
about
in
the
the day,
women before you?
you know full well, even before that, they had derogatory
Excuse
albums,
me,
but they
ma'am.
weren't
I
taken
asked a
in
simple
serious.
question. Can you not
Okay.
express yourself without having to look like a slut?
Yes, and I do. I actually have love songs that I do,
Wet
and I
ass pussy is,
every song
ma'am,
is
wet ass
appropriate.
pussy
You
is what
already
WAP
know that.
means. No, you
So
cannot
we don't do the
overtalk me.
serious stuff.
You cannot overtalk me. And then with this damn shit on your head, over talking me. That's not gonna work. And I'm putting this up here because I need you guys to understand that women like her don't think that the problem. They think that They really believe that they can live this duality. You can unmute yourself, but you can't overtalk me. And you need to focus on what you're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. You need to focus on what you're doing, not have a conversation with your friend. Ma'am, the point I'm trying to make is very simple. What you think is wrong. You don't have to like it. You just need to know what you think is wrong according to the men.
I actually really am a big supporter of yours,
Well,
Kevin.
if you're a big supporter, then you understand that I am speaking for the men, and there's no such thing as being a little pregnant and being a part of a whole.
That's not what I said though.
Ma'am, you said I agree with you on the Cardi B and the WAP such and so forth. And then in the next breath, you say I may make an occasional WAP song. That means everything you said before is irrelevant. You are on the Cardi B and Lizzo side, whether you think so or not.
No, that's not true because I wouldn't agree to put that stuff on the
Gentlemen,
radio.
gentlemen, in the chat room, the gentlemen, if she's on the Lizzo side, Cardi B side, put a 5 in the chat room. If she's on the wife side, put a 2 in the chat room. Now, understand something. Who gets to decide, ma'am? You or the men?
When I'm with my niece and
Who
stuff,
gets
I'm
to
not listening
decide,
to
ma'am? Who gets to decide? Women, who gets to decide who becomes wives and who doesn't? The women or the men?
I believe men do.
All right, look at all the 5s, ma'am. Now, you can either
I can't see it in there because I'm not on there.
you can either be what you say and be a fan, or you can get in the typical pathology of sign language and triple down on the need to be right. The 5s, I have not seen a 2 yet. You're almost 40 years old.
You gotta keep talking about me.
No, we're discussing what you said. And what you said is part of the issue, which is why I'm going at it. See, at least Lizzo and Cardi B own what they do. You and women like you try to live in both worlds, and you cannot.
That's not what I said. So,
Gentlemen,
um,
is that
no.
what you heard? Gentlemen, is that what you heard? See, that's what I need you to understand. What you think you're saying and what you believe you're doing, you're wrong. And what you are thinking, and the men are hearing something different.
So if I make a sexual healing song, I'm wrong for that?
You said a WAP
Okay,
song.
so I was over
WAP
exaggerating.
song, ma'am. There's a difference between sexual
Okay.
healing and
So
wet
let me
ass
so let me
pussy.
roll that
Do
so let me
not
roll it back.
act like you don't know the damn difference
No, okay,
between
and I got you.
Teddy Pendergrass and Cardi freaking B.
All right. So I make more of a sexual healing song
That
than
ain't
I
what
would
you
make more of a
said.
WAP. All right,
That
and
ain't
I'll
what you
take it
said.
back. So I'm correcting myself.
Ma'am,
This is what
I don't think you will go back and see any of the OJs, Temptations, any of the Barry White, any of the crooners from back in the day talk about I make a WAP song.
okay. So okay,
Listen,
Ohio players,
listen,
Chicago.
listen. Just listen. Listen. Words matter, man. Stop
Okay.
trying to be right and listen. Do you think you would have any of the singers from back in the day who sang in that sexual healing generation or genre mistakenly say, I make WAP songs? I'll take your yes or no.
So I made them, but I don't like. But I get what you're saying. So if you want to say that I'm on their side, then I guess so. I'm on the side of artists expressing themselves. Should I
Mm-hmm.
think that it should be mainstream? No, I don't. Do I think that the music business, as far especially with the gangster music and stuff like that, since I grew up in the era, yes, there are songs that I like, and but I also have to disagree. But I'm also not in control of the music business either. Do I think that all of that stuff should be on there? Do I think that Maxine Waters and Cardi B
So you have no
and
response.
Lizzo should be
So in other
talking to them?
words,
No.
so in other words, it ain't my responsibility, and I have no accountability for it. It ain't my
No,
response. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I
No,
verbally,
I listened to you,
I
ma'am. Hold
publicly
on. You
said
can overtalk me. I heard you say you. I'm on the side of artists, and I believe artists should be able to express themselves. Fine, all right. But here's the hardcore reality. When you're at the bottom, you have limits. We're at the bottom. You don't get to do what the winners get to do. You want to say, well, can express yourself? You don't get to write the rules when you're losing. How is expressing yourself as an artist helping black women in general, you in particular, get the outcome you want? That's all I'm saying. And this is that need to be right. That's why sign language is so important. The average black woman will die rather than just not going to. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right, ma'am. Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. We have had great and greater artists who expressed themselves who did not have to lose their lady, who did not have to lose being a woman and a lady.
yes. And Kevin, I agree with you. But
Then
even
if
at
you
that
agree,
time, there still was
then do better.
no. At that time, there still was music that was played in the basement that was cursed.
I'm not gonna sit here and keep arguing with you. The need to be right, people, understand. It is a drug. And that's why I let it go, because I wanted you guys to see that even a woman who says she agrees, when it gets too close to home, and it's mindsets like that, you need to understand you can't save everybody. Stop, don't argue. I let it go so to prove a point. Look, you're sitting up here, blonde, blonde, and you can be expressive. That's fine, cool. But there has to be a limit, because the way we express ourselves. I do have a question for you. I do want to ask you a question as an artist, though. I want to ask you a question as an artist. Let me ask you a question as an artist. Unmute yourself. I do have a question as an artist.
Yes.
I do have a question as an artist, though. Okay. Let me put it. As an individual artist, do you have any responsibility to the ethnic image of the group?
Yes. I think that we do, but then you have to separate the two as well.
No, ma'am.
And
No, ma'am. Okay. What is at the top?
I believe that there's gatekeepers at the top.
No. I'm asking you specifically. I ask you as an artist, do you believe you have any responsibility toward the ethnic image of the group? And you said that yes, but you have to separate the two. Then what is primary? What you want to do, or your obligation and responsibility to the ethnic image of the group?
I would think that there would be responsibility and obligations.
I'm asking you.
I'm saying, as far as what you're questioning,
All right. Well, if that's the case, then if that's the case, and let's just say, okay, let's just go down that path. Then if that's the case, and then if it was shown that the music and stuff you're talking about, the music that you love and do, is detrimental to the ethnic image of the group, would you stop making it?
I wouldn't put it in mainstream, but I
Would
think
you stop making it?
I haven't even put anything like
Would
that
you stop
out,
making
so
it?
if I was Lizzo and Cardi B, I probably
Would you
would
stop
rethink,
making
but
it?
you already got signed
Would
being
you
a
stop
fictional
making
person.
it? Would you stop making it?
I wouldn't put it in mainstream.
Would you stop making it?
If it was being
Would you stop making it?
Yes.
Who believes that? Look at that. And that's what I want you guys to understand. At the end of the day, we always talk about community and being on code. But so many of our women are rugged individualists. They don't give a shit about the ethnic image of the group. It's about them, their expression, their right, their freedom. And I want every one of my critics and detractors who want black men to come and be on code understand that this woman is a fan. So supposedly, and I agree that, but she truly believes, hey, my life is mine, and what I do affects me. Like it has no impact on the group. And she said yes after not answering the question 10 times because just like I know, she gonna do what she want to do. So many of our women do what they want to do without regard for the rest of the group. That's why we have WAP. That's why we have rumors. That's why we have slut walks. And well, that ain't me. Chris Rock said it years ago. Dick in your lane, skate, 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 skate. Run out to the dance floor to the most vile, disgusting son. He ain't talking about me. Yeah, he talking about you. Talking about you too. Um, Unmute yourself, Jasmine.
Good evening, Kevin. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much for
How
having
old are
me
you, by the way?
on. 25.
All right. So, what do you got for me on the topic?
So I was not able to catch what you talked about on the topic per se in full, but
Okay.
if I had a idea of what you're talking about, you're basically saying that the way that Cardi B and Lizzo appear and basically project themselves is not a good image for the modern woman.
Well,
Is that correct?
what I said is I sarcastically said that men should say thank you because women like Cardi B and Lizzo have shown that it's okay to be sexually explicit, sexually lewd, take advantage of the opposite sex, and they can make money and be prized for it. So Lizzo and Cardi B are showing women an example of how they think women should behave. So conversely, you're saying you think men should behave the same way. And you should be all right with men being the same way. So if a man said he was going to do what Cardi B said, gave a guy some illicit substances to knock him out to rob him, and then set him up with a alternative
Yeah.
lifestyle stripper just to blackmail him, and he should still be able to
Would it
win a
be the
Grammy.
same if the tables
Yeah,
were
that
turned?
men should not be canceled. If we're not going to cancel them, you can't cancel men.
I agree to a certain extent, but again, to kind of go on what you've been saying, because I've been watching your content for a while now, and since 300K, so I'm, not new to this. I'm very familiar with the topic at hand. I feel like, certain things are not the same when women do it for men. So men do get that advantage and that aspect. And I feel like in certain instances, it should be the same way. Certain
I
circumstances
don't know
should
what you
only
just
be for
I don't know
women.
what hold on, I don't know what you just thought you said, but I'm gonna tell you what
Okay,
it
so
came
I'll break
across.
it down for you. I'll break it
Yeah,
down for
well,
you.
you said
I do.
you agree in certain instances,
I do.
such
So
as
okay, so for example, so when men are able to, high value men are able to have options and they're able to express and explore their options because they have such high value and have high status, right? So when women, an example, women are not able to do that, even
hold
with the
on,
high
wait a minute,
value.
ma'am. You no, those aren't you, ma'am. Lizzo made a song where she says she hasn't fucked Drake yet. Lizzo is in inbox of Chris Evans and men like that who have shown no interest. High
Right,
value men are involved with women who are interested in them. Those two
right.
things, oh, ma'am, hold on. Those two things are night and day.
Okay, I see
Non
where you're coming
sequitur. The
from.
logic doesn't follow.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. So maybe let me clarify what I'm saying. So basically, what I'm saying is when the tables are turned for men in certain examples, it would be
Such as,
acceptable, such as not the one that I just said. Let's just say, for example, when the workforce, men get higher pay, and for the same position that
no,
women
they
do, and
don't. That's a lie. That has been, ma'am,
okay,
that is a lie. That is a lie. It has been disproven countless times. The myth of the wage gap has been disproven.
okay,
Ma'am,
okay,
ma'am, I need you to stop right here. It has been disproven. It is illegal to pay men and women separate different wages for the same job.
Okay, so I'll just stick to the matter at hand. It's not, it couldn't be, done on the same way. It wouldn't be acceptable for men to drug a woman, and get away with it. It wouldn't
But it
be. It
should
wouldn't
be.
be okay.
But it should be according to the what Lizzo and Cardi B are doing.
Yeah, they're leading the influence. They're projecting and
Do you
promoting
believe
that
do
it
you
would
believe
be.
that men and women should be are equals?
No, I don't.
So I'm always curious when I hear women talk about, well, men can do it, then women, they're like a double standard. Do you not want double standards?
Um, I know that double standards are real.
Do you
I
not
understand
do
that
you
they
want double
exist.
standards? Yes. Or do you not want double standards? No, I don't want double standards. Yes, I do want double standards.
I do want double standards. I do
Okay,
because
because just like you were going to try to give me the wage gap argument, the first off, that has been debunked countless times. But it
okay,
also only deals with the job that women want. Executive level positions, cushy positions. You women don't also make the same argument for the dirty, dangerous jobs. They don't want equal representation there,
that
do
is
they?
true. That
So,
is true. That is true.
so I'm a little bit confused because you say you don't you think that you want you sound like you're talking out of both sides of your neck. It sounds like you believe that women are getting a raw deal in some regards.
I do. I do feel
Where?
like women do get the butt
Where?
end of the stick.
Where?
I mean, I want to answer on topic. I don't want to answer all over the place. So when we're directly talking about Lizzo and Cardi B and their song and what they're
You can
saying,
answer whatever you want to because I'm curious as to where women are getting the short end of the stick here.
I think when it comes to putting themselves out, being very submissive and having to basically uphold a certain persona, a certain standard. And even when we go for certain men, like you said, the average man, it still can sometimes not be enough, or
Yeah,
what they
okay. No, I
want.
don't
So we
understand
get
what you
to,
mean. Where are women getting the short end of the stick when they go out and be submissive? What do you give me an example of what you're talking about?
okay, so for example, I'm saying like when women don't give that same sort of submissiveness to a man who's making less money than the man who's an executive, someone who works the average job, and
Okay.
he still does not want to put a ring on it, right? Then she feels like, she's
Hold
getting
on, hold on, hold on. Again, you've equated a man's income to his desire to marry. That's what you just did. That is not make any sense.
I guess I'm saying like the entire process. I'm not necessarily saying like just from when they meet each other to courting to marriage. I'm saying the entire process.
But ma'am, you still equate you said if a woman submits to an average guy and settles for the average guy and he
No,
still
no,
don't
no,
want to
no, no.
marry her, she'd have been better off submitting to the executive guy because at least he had more money. Just say it.
No, I'm saying she would
Okay.
feel like she's getting the shorter end of the stick. That's what I'm
The
saying.
shorter
I'm
end of the
not
stick
saying
because of what outcome does she want?
I don't know what outcome she
In
wanted,
your
but the outcome
example, what outcome does the
she got,
woman want?
the outcome that the woman got was she's not married. She's
Is
not married
is
and
the
she
outcome that the woman wanted marriage?
I mean, who wouldn't want marriage?
No,
That's why I'm saying
ma'am,
I
no,
don't
no, no. You can't say that. Not all women want to get
okay.
married. I'm asking, is the woman in your
Okay.
scenario is the outcome she
Yes.
wanted marriage?
Yes. And
Well,
in
then
my
I got
outcome, she
news for
didn't
you.
want marriage.
Listen. This is why you ladies don't need to be picking men because y'all make no sense. If the outcome you want is marriage, you cannot determine a man who is marriage minded based upon his income. You have to ask, do you want a wife? In what time frame? The problem women in your scenario have is they start dating men who are not looking to be married from the get go and thinking you can change a man by submitting to him and being nice. If you don't want to be married, it don't matter if he's making 30,000 or 3 million.
It doesn't. It doesn't at
Then
all.
your then ma'am,
I
then
feel
your
like the
example,
women feel like, okay,
ma'am, hold on. then your example made no sense. So women
Okay.
getting the short end of the stick in an erroneous example is problematic. You're
Okay.
just making stuff up.
Okay. I can take that. That's your opinion, and we both, are
It's not
entitled
my
to it.
opinion, ma'am. A
Okay.
man making, okay, do you think that the woman wants the outcome of being married? Is she only dating men who are marriage minded? Yes or no?
I would be yes. I would
Then
be.
if she's dating a man being marriage minded, then the outcome, as long as she is suitable, is marriage. And I got
Right,
news for
but
you.
that's
How do
but
you?
that's
How
what
do you?
I'm
How do you?
25. I'm 25.
Today more women of your age are the ones delaying and postponing marriage. There are more men wanting to marry today than women wanting to get married at your age. There are more women having casual sex at your age than men having casual sex.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's crazy because unfortunately you ladies get an opportunity to pick, and you think you can choose a husband by dating, and that's not how you pick a husband. Were you raised by your father?
Yes,
Were your mother? How long were your mother and father married?
they still are.
How long they been married?
20 years.
How old was your father when he married your mother?
27 when they met, and
Okay. And how old was your mother when she married your father?
they're 7 years apart.
So she was 20?
Yes.
Huh? Right.
Yes.
You're already 5 years behind your mother. That's the problem. Women are
My
waiting
mother
too
also
long.
had two
Hold
children.
on,
She also
hold
had
on,
two
hold
children.
on, hold on. Women are waiting too long, delaying marriage, thinking you can pick a man based upon socioeconomic status, height, weight, tingle, and that's not how you pick a husband. You first have to be a wife material, and then make yourself visible to the men who are marriage minded. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, my mom, she had two children when she met my dad, and she was married before.
I focused on the age.
Yeah.
And she had two children by age 20?
Yes, sir. Yes. I feel like for me though, I'm just trying, and I understand why you say the things you say about the people in my age demographic. For me personally, I just feel like I want to be the change that I want to see in the generation, in the millennials. So I am a
Oh,
content creator, and
hold on,
I
hold
try
on,
to.
hold on, hold on. Do you want to be a wife?
I will be a wife.
I didn't. You will be? Are you
Yes.
involved in a committed relationship right now?
No.
When's the last relationship you had?
2017.
How long did it last?
3 years.
Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? I find it interesting that all you women who want to be the change in the world, you need to be what it is you say. You're
I think I
25.
am.
You're 25. Okay, all right. I'm going to say something that you might not like.
I'm ears. I'm listening.
Yours, you may watch my content, but what I'm gathering from your energy and your spirit is it's rather disagreeable.
No, not at all. I
I'm
agree
telling
with
you,
most
ma'am,
of the
I
things
need
you
you to
say.
understand what I said. I'm
Okay.
telling you how I'm experiencing you. See, this is what you ladies need to understand. Is
I
how
think it
men
might just be the angle that, because I have you
I
on.
okay, see, again, just like the previous caller, in our community, the women are so used to telling men that we don't know what the hell we are. We don't know what we feel, gentlemen. We don't know what, whenever we tell them, we don't know what we're talking about. You're 25 and you're going to sit here and tell me at 52, and I told you how I'm experiencing you. And instead of just saying, you're going to tell me, no, that can't be it. No, it's exactly what it is. And I'm
I
going to
never
be,
said that that couldn't be it. I
and
just
it's
said,
even more confirmed by your response. Being a wife is more than just a wedding. It's a decision to come into cooperation and submission, willing cooperation and obedience with a man. Your generation has uh, prolonged dating and marriage to the point to where your generation doesn't even date anymore. It's casual sex, swipe left, swipe right. Long stretches without relationships. You're 25 and your last relationship was 4 years ago, and it was 3 years. So that means at 18 to 21, that means your prime years when women of other cultures and other groups are younger and getting on the same page with men. You ladies are out trying to become these modern women and worried about bigger lives and wanting to make major, major moves versus being in a family unit with the man. And if that's what you choose to do, understand that's fine. But what men are looking for, especially the higher up you go, is a woman to get on his page. He's not looking for a partner. He's not looking for a co-pilot. He's looking for a helpmeet.
I definitely agree. I've seen it firsthand.
Let's see. Let me bring somebody else in. So, what kind of change are you trying to facilitate with your generation?
Honestly, the whole thought culture. I want to bring back what's not popular.
What's that?
Being articulate, being able to represent yourself well, being able to brand yourself without degrading yourself.
How about
being
being a
able,
wife? That's what's not represented. We don't need a bunch of non-thought single women.
I agree.
Okay. So kudos on not wanting to be the thought, but if it's not a wife and a mother, it's kind of useless to a community.
Also, I believe too, I have good role models and good influencers or influences that, my sisters, one of them is married with a family of her own, she took after my mom. So it's just encouraging. I do want to get married, but at the same time, I'm not
By
saying
what
that
age?
I don't have an age.
You need an age. See, stop. You need an age.
I had an age. I had an
When?
age. 28.
When?
28 was my age. But
Okay, and
now
you're
that I'm
no. See,
25.
no. See.
Okay.
See, I knew he kept talking. It's gonna get there.
Okay. I do have an age. 28 is my age.
Right. And how do you put? Okay. Again, your mother was with 2 kids, got married at 20. You're 25, and you have these dreams and goals to help women to reclaim the image and everything else. But in the black community, the best thing a black woman can do to help build the black community is marry a black man and make black babies and stay with your black man. Huh?
I agree. I agree.
Well,
I agree.
then when I hear you say your last relationship was 3 years ago, you're 25, the clock is ticking. You have to put a clock on this because women in your position look up and they're past the wall in the danger zone. In the danger zone, headed straight to the wall. You're going to look up, you're going to be 27. And before you know it, you're going to be 30. And then it's going to start getting tight. That's why I asked you, are you dating anyone seriously now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well then how long would you need to
anyone.
date somebody? How long would you need to be with somebody before you would
3 months before I considered marriage. 3 months.
Okay.
3 months.
And what
I
are
think
some
that's
of the,
enough time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And what are some of the things that you would look for?
I think that's enough time to see how they are in all of their emotions, that's just me personally.
Okay. But what are some of the things you would look for from a basic standpoint?
How he can lead. That's important. How he can lead because that's key. Um, I want to have a large family, so I want to make sure that I can have
How
my
many
large
children
family
do
with
you want to have?
8. I want to have a
8?
lot of kids.
How many children? Did you say 8?
8, yes, 8.
What state do you live in?
Illinois.
Okay. With 8 children, I'm assuming you don't plan on working.
No. Mm-mm.
How much money would a man need to make for a family of 8 children, a wife, and
A
not have?
lot. A
Okay, not
lot
a
of
lot,
money.
not a lot, but how much money would a man need to make annually to fund a family of 10?
$1 million or
Uh-huh.
more.
Uh-huh. And you're 25. What's the top end age you would want your husband to be?
Honestly, 37, 38. But I would be open to 42 to 47. Because my parents had an age gap, I'm not opposed to an age gap, especially now that I'm older. But it would have to be right. We would have to be able to be on the same, like I said,
Ma'am,
mind wave. We would have
there's no
to,
right with the man you just described. I need you to understand, a millionaire, you've got no say in this. You'll be lucky if he even look in your door. And this is why I lean back in my chair, because the level of entitlement, it would have to be right. Ma'am, you're speaking as though you got leverage and power over a young millionaire. You're
but
talking to me,
Kevin, and
man. I need you to be listen. I need you to listen.
yes,
You're
okay.
talking about a man in the top 1%, a 1/10%, a man making $1 million. What professions pay a man $1 million annually legally?
Legally, tech,
Tech what?
STEM,
No.
STEM,
What professions?
science,
No. Give me
technology,
some perfect. I no. Don't give me. I know what STEM is.
computer engineering,
What
data
job
data
titles? What
analyst.
job titles?
Are these not titles? I thought these were. Maybe I'm not.
Those are data analysts, an entry level data analyst, ma'am.
I never
At
said
what level?
entry level. I
That's why I'm
never said
asking you. I'm asking you,
CEO of businesses.
CEO. Do you guys understand where I'm going with this?
I just honestly, Kevin, I understand your platform and I've been very respectful as I always am. And I just want to represent
Yeah, I
the
know what.
new,
Yeah. See, the problem is when you start, you don't. There's nothing that you should be other than respectful. You're not doing me
yes,
a favor by being respectful. That's what you're supposed to do.
no,
I'm just asking
yes,
you questions about what it is you say you want, and you say you,
yes,
and I'm telling you how I experienced you at
yes.
25 and the disagreeable nature.
And
And
what
I'll leave it
can
to
I,
the audience to decide. I'll leave it to the audience to decide. I'm pretty comfortable in what I've read, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right. And when it comes right down to it, I want a family of 8 and a millionaire, and I want to make sure that it has to be right. He has to be on my. I'm like, what fantasy? She just talking. This what? And what I want my critics and detractors to understand is, you don't have to be loud and aggressive to be unfit. We're talking about a man, 37. When a man reaches his financial stride, 45 to 55, you want a top 1/10% man in the black, you want a top 1% man in the black community, single, and to put up with, what do you think that man wants? What are the job titles? I'm asking so you can even know. Tech. And the reality is, those positions are over, or it's been my experience that Zennials, because of the social media age, really don't understand that the real world does not pay like online social media. Just because you can have people online making money, that is the extreme minority. But because you can see somebody who's 30 years old and a millionaire on YouTube, they think it's possible. That's why you have all these content creators who have no life. They have no lived experience. Wanting to get on here and make videos, and you haven't even have it. You got nothing to talk about other than their opinion. And then when it's challenged by real world experience, you get frustrated because it's make believe. You don't know what you're talking about. And the men ultimately get to decide, and men ultimately get to pick. And I can tell you this without a shadow of a doubt, the men who are making the kind of money you're talking about, that disagreeableness, I don't, I probably should do a show when I bring on the men who make that kind of money. So y'all ladies can start to hear how far you are. And this is why I said, when you settle for an average man, that's where we got here from. I get it, guys. So the whole notion of, I've been on this and I've been respectful. I'm like, what are you talking about? I give you a Scooby snack because you've been respectful? That's what you're supposed to be. See why you have a relationship, young lady. I hope you watch and I hope you really start paying attention because you, young lady, you're in that what I call the eternal seven. If you don't watch it, you're going to be prototypical for one of the women who becomes the bitter black woman stereotype because you've had ample opportunity to find men who are suitable, but you feel and want up here when really anyway. Go ahead. I'm done enough. Unmute yourself. Miss whatever.
Are you talking
Hello.
about?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself? I've been listening into your
Okay,
conversations, and
before we do this, how old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 28.
Okay. Are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
Any children?
No.
Okay, what do you got for me?
So I would like to say first of all that I although I am a woman, it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to side with women. And with that being said, I um tough decision, but not very. Uh, I will side with the men on this. I don't think that just because I'm gonna start with just the fact of like the body, the body. How do I say this? How we express ourselves with our bodies. Not necessarily sexually, but like I'm a big girl myself, so I don't necessarily think that just because I'm a big girl, I should be telling other big women that it's okay to be morbidly obese or that it's healthy. So just like little things like that, I'm not. Just based off of stuff like that, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't side with that. I don't think that it's all right. I'm like as the other female initially said that she's also an artist. Just because I'm an artist doesn't mean that certain things are okay.
Are you an artist as well?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I am a songwriter. I rap. I sing.
Would you like to be married one day in the future? Just a question.
Is a really tough question for me
Do you want
because
children?
I'm not sure.
Would
That's
you
why I
have
said
children outside of, would you have children and not be married?
it's yes, I would consider it because it's not
Why?
abnormal. It's something that is very common nowadays, but it's again, I would consider it it's I'm uncertain myself to this day. I'm 28. Most females by the age of like
Ma'am, I just got
six.
a simple question.
Go ahead.
Hesitant when it comes to marriage, but with the quickness you said you would consider having a child outside of marriage. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did.
Did you attend college?
Yes, I did.
Did you graduate?
I graduated as an associate,
Okay.
but I didn't like
Okay.
graduate.
So it's fair to say that you know the data, the statistics regarding children from single parent homes.
Correct.
You know that children born out of a single parent household statistically come out disadvantaged and and they're behind several steps in life in general. Why would you choose that route over a marriage and then child?
I didn't say that I would choose that over a marriage or child. You asked me if I would consider having a child outside of a marriage, and
Well,
I
ma'am,
said
I asked you, do you want to be married? You said, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I said, do you want children? I'm on the fence, don't know. I said, would you have children outside of marriage? You said yes. So the assumption is, it's a fair assumption that if you are unsure about kids, unsure about marriage, but you're pretty clear that you'd have a kid without being married because that's just what's happening right now. That's the problem. Women today view becoming a baby mama as no big deal relative to being a wife or getting married. That's a big deal. You're not uncommon in this regard. Many women feel like, I'll have a baby, but that marriage shit, I don't know about that. And that's wrong headed thinking. Do you know why I said that?
yes, I understand what you're saying.
I said, do
I
you
don't.
know why I said it's wrong headed thinking?
Yes, because it's not right. It's not necessarily right. It's not right at all, and I understand, like I said, what you're saying, but like what I was trying to say is not the fact that I wouldn't just consider having a child outside of a marriage. I am also a human being, and I understand that things happen.
No, things
I'm
don't just happen, man. See, that's the thing. Things don't, see, that's another thing. I'm tired of hearing you ladies say things just happen. You have 33 forms of birth control plus the morning after pill. You are an associate's degree educated woman. Things don't just effing happen. You choose to have unprotected sex or you choose to carry your child to term. That is a choice. That's not just happening. If you got pregnant and you had a 90% chance of dying, I guarantee you, you'd think long and hard before you got pregnant.
I would be very selfish about
Be-
that.
because but you're human and things just happen, right?
You're absolutely right. Things do
Thank
just
you.
happen. I'm
Thank you.
human.
No, you just proved my point of things don't just happen. If a consequence is large enough, you'll check your just happening. That's my whole point. And my ultimate point is not specifically for you to illustrate that it is far easier for middle modern women to be mothers than wives. For some reason, especially in our community, the notion of becoming a wife is like, oh my God. But a mama, yeah, I could do that. With all the facts, data, statistics, all in regarding a child, it is selfish because you're putting a child in a already starting him 3 steps behind, especially if it's a boy.
That I
So,
do agree with. I won't
so
over.
my thing is, I'm curious as to why women like yourself are so afraid or so apprehensive. How about that? So unsure about marriage.
I think it boils down to the fact that I'm not afraid to mother a child, but I'm afraid to fail as a wife. And I think that
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest.
it's,
It is
yeah, that's
far
just, I
easier
mean,
to fail as a girlfriend, which I don't want that. Stigma of being a divorcee because why? Why?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of the
Well,
question.
being a baby mama is a stigma, but being a divorcee seems to be a worse stigma. Why?
I don't think that either one is worse than the other. I think I think actually, let me stop myself from saying that. I do think that being a baby mother is worse than being an ex-wife, but
You
who
said
knows?
I could mother a child, but I wouldn't want to fail as a marriage.
I know that I
Mothering a
wouldn't
child, listen.
fail as
Mothering
a
a child would make you a baby mama if you didn't get married. But if you had a child in a marriage, you wouldn't be a baby mama, you'd be a divorcee. We can
still be
hear,
a child though.
huh?
I would still be mothering a child out of a marriage, even if I was divorced, which is why
Yeah,
what I
but one way in your, but we can always hear what's not being said, man. The fear of failing in marriage is not as bad. Because here's the thing, you all, I'm gonna say something. This may be hard to hear. You ladies all think just because you can feed a child, clothe a child, and maintain a child that you can raise a child. You so many women think that's being a mother. That's not. That's the maintenance of a child. That's failing at being a mother.
I still would have to provide for that child.
But
I would
ma'am,
never.
that's still fail. Okay, but that's not raising. That's failing. See, you have a very clear conception of what it means to fail at marriage. It's divorce, but it's a very murky conception of what it means to fail at being a single mother. If we start saying it's failing, just being able, if your kids just are surviving, that's failing. In our community, black boys are reading at a fourth grade level. Black boys and girls are at the bottom, statistically, right? 80%, 8 out of 10 are products of single mother homes. You can make the argument that we are single mother homes fail children. But women are more okay with that and bringing in a child. And in this divorce situation, there was not even a child. And what I need my audience to understand is this is the stigma. The modern women really are afraid, terrified, because I think they know. I think in places they don't want to talk about, that they know they don't have what it takes to be with somebody for a lifetime. It's not the fear of the men. That's why they think of all these extreme situations. But they know that they don't have what it takes. They're going to fail. They're going to cheat. They're going to do something. They're going to break it. Somewhere they're going to break it because they don't value men enough to be loyal to them, commit to them, to work with them over just pleasure.
My
It's
actually
only okay with being with a man when happiness is there. But when duty comes along, because modern women, especially in our community, hate being bored more than anything else, and marriage looks boring. If that's not you, fine. I wasn't speaking to you. I'm speaking about women in general. If that's not you, it's not you.
okay. I was gonna say because that's giving me real Justin LeBoy vibes right now.
I don't know who that is. Is he older than I?
No, he's absolutely not, sir. You are definitely way wiser.
So why?
Just
What is?
it was the because like you just finished saying that you weren't addressing myself, but what I was going to say was that what you stated in regards to the fear aspect and not being able to maintain yourself entertained with your partner or the cheating aspect or any of that, that's actually what the fear aspect of my of that plays part for myself. It's not because I can't keep myself enticed with my partner. It's not because I can't keep myself in love with somebody. It's because I have been on like as many people that obviously date and are on the other side of the relationship. They've, a lot of people do get bored, like you just said. A lot of people do
Ma'am,
want to
can you
walk
shorten it up?
off.
You're talking in stream of content. Are you saying somebody cheated on you?
Yes, I've been cheated on.
Okay, ma'am. You said all that, and we don't know what you're talking about. And I'm gonna tell you something. In our community, The men surveyed in relationships cheated at a rate of 28%. You know what rate women cheat at?
Women are slyer.
Yeah, and the women who replied were 24. So the notion that women are so loyal in relationships and you don't want to get with a man and then get cheated on is bull fucking shit. Women are far more rampant cheaters than really were reported. So again, the fear of the future because of what happened in the past makes no sense. I've said this before. Making a man in your present pay for a mistake of your past equals no future. This is why I say therapy is so big, because how do you get anywhere as a community if you don't have the building block? Husband, wife, family. You don't have a community of baby mamas and kids and then husbands over here. You don't have a community of other groups getting married at earlier ages and our women wanting to go out and run their life up and then at 30 plus decide now I'm ready to get married after you done ran up your miles and come into it with fear.
Not ran up
This
the
has been very insightful because this is at the core. How do men marry if women are afraid of becoming wives? And you got to deal with the fear. It's not based upon what the men are doing. This has been good though. There was a book. Thank you. There was a book called "Promises I Can Keep." Why poor women choose motherhood over marriage, and I think it needs to be rewritten. Why modern women are choosing motherhood over marriage. How often do you see women in our community just terrified of marriage? I can't make a mistake. I can't make a mistake. I can't make a mistake. You better make a mistake and realize if it happens, it happens. But it's better to be a wife and have a child in the context of a marriage, because everything you ladies think you're doing in dating is dumb. You don't know a person until you live with them. There is no amount of vetting you're going to be able to do beyond basic information, background checks, that kind of stuff. You don't need to be dating a year, 6 months. Like it or not, she said 90 days. The previous person said 90 days. You can find out everything you need to know. I need to know how he's going to lead. You can't find out he's going to lead until it's time to be led. But the question is not really, can he lead? The question is, can you follow? Okay, there's only one person whose camera's on. Nave, go ahead. How are you?
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good.
How old are you?
21.
All right. What do you got for me on the topic?
So this is just a little off topic. But I guess my main question is, so I've been in and out of a relationship for 6 years. And I knew that he wasn't the guy for me, so on and so forth. But like he kind of set a high standard for me.
Ma'am, I have a
Yeah.
subject tonight. Do you have anything on the
Okay.
subject, or do you just have a question?
My question, I do have a question. I kind of feel like it is on the subject.
Okay, well, I need you to go ahead and get to it. You're 21, you're in a relationship for 6 years with somebody you knew since high school, okay?
Okay. So my question basically is that what do you recommend for women, especially Black women, do so that they're not necessarily looking for men outside of their category? Like you
Okay,
talk
stop right there.
about,
Stop right there. Stop. Outside of your category, outside of your socioeconomic category, outside of your
right,
attractiveness lane. What?
right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
First of all, at 21 with somebody for 6 years, why are y'all together that long?
I think it was just a really unhealthy
Okay, is it
situation.
over?
Yes,
Were you raised with your mother and father?
just my mom.
All right. And you're 21.
Yep.
Why do you want a relationship?
Why do I want a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do want to one day be a wife to somebody. I want to be able to build a family and
Okay,
leave
I need
behind
you
a
to stop right here
legacy.
and listen. Okay,
Sure.
if you were 21, you were in a 6 year unhealthy relationship. I think you need to sit down with a professional, because this, without getting too deep, I'm hearing codependence possible. There's no, and then being raised by a mother, and then you're trying to look for the next situation. You don't even know who you are at this point. I don't think you really need to be doing anything other than doing
Right.
some work on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. You need to slow down to speed up.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, y'all need to just knock off all these damn long ass relationships. Uh, Go ahead and mute yourself, Devera, and then after that, Lauren. Hello,
Okay, can you hear me?
I can. iPhone Van, whoever you are, I can't see. Your phone is facing up, so I'm going to remove you in a second. How are you, Devera?
I'm well. I'm
How
well,
old are you?
thanks. 37. Well, 36.
How old, what do you got for me on the topic?
I was actually trying to speak to the WAP thing that you were talking about earlier with Cardi B and all that. I heard everything that the lady was saying, and I feel like one of the greatest lessons that I've learned in life at 36 years of age that a lot of women are not getting, which I learned from a man, is to be accountable for our choices and to have conviction with the things that we say. And I think that it was hard for me to realize that I lacked conviction in a lot of the things that I felt and believed, you know?
Do you have any children?
And yes, I do.
How many?
I have 5 children.
Oh my. How long have you been with your man?
Me and my husband are in the middle of a divorce.
Okay. Are your children as a result of marriage?
Yes,
And you guys are divorcing? Yeah. So your mother of 5, and you'll be a divorcee with 5. How young is your youngest child?
my youngest is 4.
And is your soon-to-be ex-husband is irreconcilable differences?
Yes.
I'm asking all these questions for a very practical reason. 37, you still got a lot of life left, but a mother of 5 on the market. Do you want to remarry one day?
Of course. Yes, I believe that children should be raised. Children act differently in the home with the father, you know. I think a lot of women think that it's
So have you
okay
guys gone to
to.
therapy?
No, we have not,
Then why are you divorcing?
because it's not working. It didn't work out.
What
It
does that
didn't work
mean?
out. And well, it takes 2 people to want to work something out. So I can't force anybody to do
That's
anything.
true.
So
Does he not
yeah,
want to work it out?
no, he doesn't.
Do you know why he doesn't want to work it out?
Um, he's not.
He's not what? She froze.
It's
He's not
just
what?
you can. In all honesty, I
He's
just
not
can't force
what?
somebody.
You froze. He's not what?
He's not the type of. He's not the type of person that is reasonable. You know.
Okay, man, my
So
mama say
people
something
are
to
who they
you.
are.
I want you to listen, man. I want you to listen well. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but a 37-year-old with 5 children out here has little to no marketplace value.
I mean, that's something
I'm
that
just
I've
gonna be.
been
I'm
told.
being honest, man. I'm being honest. I get it, but you guys have not exhausted all options, and it will be better to know that you've exhausted all options, other than presuming that just because this isn't working. I don't. Many women. Let me move it away from you. So this is 2 person. Many women believe that they've been in a relationship, and their current relationship is going to be different than their future relationship, and you go find out realizing that with 5 kids and your youngest is 4. You're not looking for a husband. You're looking for a stepfather. And many men do not look at women with children from other men as serious, other than just fun. So I'm saying the uncomfortable thing that somebody needs to say. You have a family of 5. Both of you guys need to do whatever you need to do to make sure you exhaust all your options before you wreck your home. Both of you. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about his happiness. I care about those 5 children you both chose to make. Because I don't think it's going to be fair for him to go out here and visit being a stepmother to 5 children. No different than it'd be fair to have a man being a stepfather to 5. It's
I understand
five
that.
people.
But I think that also you're wise enough to understand also, Kevin, that you can't force somebody to do something. So
I
I've
understand that,
exhausted
man. But
all my.
what I'm saying is yes. And what I'm saying is if he doesn't want to be there, I'm asking, do you know why he doesn't want to be there? And that's the thing. We often get to the point to where I'm right, I'm tired, I get it. But anyway, I've said what I had to say.
Well, we
If
made poor
you guys need
choices.
to, this is why I don't like no fault divorce, because when people get frustrated and tired, it's just too easy. And it's too easy to sit back and say, well, when he gives up or I give up, all right, I still got 5 kids between you. Still got
Well,
five kids between you.
in all honesty, Kevin, it was a dysfunctional relationship, and there was immaturity
Yeah,
on
well,
both
y'all both
sides.
were in it. But no, everybody dysfunctional, and I'm not going down that path of, and he ain't this and he ain't that. Shit, you picked him. You married him. You got 5 kids. You got 5 kids, and ain't nobody trying to really. I'm just being honest. I don't know why so many. I'm saying it. I'm going to say it because it's not popular. Far too many women don't get the counsel to try to make your relationships work. Far too many women have heard you can do bad all by yourself and think you're going to go out there and find another situation. And I've seen too many women after divorce recognize that, damn, I should have tried to stay in my relationship. Lauren, you're next. And then you got to keep your cameras on. All right, Lauren. Lauren, you muted yourself.
Hello, I'm here, sir. I didn't want to be I didn't want my face showing on YouTube because I'm a professional.
All right,
And
but you have to have it on. You don't have to be on YouTube, but you do have to be on the Zoom call.
that's fine. Okay.
All
Just
right.
wanted to put
All
that
right.
out.
How old are you?
I am 32.
Are you single or are you married?
I am engaged.
Any children?
0.
All right. What do we got going on with this WAP stuff?
Well, when I hear WAP, I just think it's pop culture. But when
Mm-hmm.
I think about what I was raised with, my values and morals, it doesn't align with me. Catchy beat.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a fan of Lizzo. I stopped because of my profession. I have to do more thinking and reading and learning. So I haven't really been tuning into American pop cultural music. But
Let me ask you a question. As a
yeah,
woman of color, does Lizzo help you or hurt your ethnic image?
she hurts. And can I talk to you about that? Because
Go ahead.
in the workplace, as a black woman, and when I say a black woman, I want to be very specific. My family, that we are from Georgia, Macon, Georgia, Decatur,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia. We're from the dirt. And when other people of color from other countries come here, they think that we are below because of the pop culture that is being sent out internationally. And
Did you hear the woman I had on earlier who was an artist and said she is on this side, but she also makes WAP music?
yes, and I want to let you know, as a professional black woman who, unfortunately, I'm a token and I work real hard and
You're a
I get
what?
promoted.
A
I,
token? What does that
I
mean?
am a token
What
in
does that
terms
mean?
of I am professional. People want to use my face, my story, because I'm from an urban community. And I wanted to ask, which community were you speaking about? Because when I think of community, I think about my disassembled urban community that I came from, but how my parents, because of our Black American
Who?
culture,
What do non-black communities call their quote unquote tokens?
they call them educated. They call them
Thank
educated.
you. So why do we use that term? I don't like that shit. Why are we co-opting the language of people of low expectations? I don't like when we do that.
Okay, so I won't do that, but I do want to let
I'm just saying because I get where you're coming because I hear the professional resentment. It makes it hard to be it makes it hard to be attached to this shit. I was in
yeah.
corporate America in the 90s. Trust me, It was hard to be a black man in the 90s and 2000s when Cops and Waiting to Exhale was out. And you get tired of having to answer to this stuff. But here's the thing. As a black woman, you are going to have to hold your other black women to task. And y'all allow Lizzo to be Lizzo. Until you, the professional class of women, take back the ground you expect. Black men have started to take that ground back. Cops and all these other things that were prevalent in the 80s and 90s, black men over the last 20 years have got some territory back. It is time for the professional black women who would not be bonnet wearers and twerkers to take back the image. And you're going to have to fight them for it. The difference is, I said this on a chat room earlier today on Brother Dennis Sperling's channel. The problem is we have seeded the aggression line. Because they are willing to get loud and belligerent, we don't want to deal with them. You better get loud and belligerent and snatch your earrings off and put your Vaseline on and elbow on their jaw too. Because that's the only way you're going to take the image back. You cannot just seed this. That's in a metaphorical, not a literal sense. My point is, they have power. Ratchet is power. And if you want to take power back, they're not going to give it. They'll make us call ourselves tokens and educated lanes. French toast that. And that needs to be the attitude.
I'm gonna write that down. Ratchet is power.
Ratchet is power. That's why they running around. I'm ratchet. I'm ratchet. There was a song that a friend sent to me yesterday. A big, beautiful. I'm gonna play that video. Holy Jesus, holy. I sent it out to people last night and I'm like, I cannot believe this woman talk about I'm big, I'm swole up, and I got a bonnet and some furry slippers on, and I like to get drunk, and I'm like, wow, this is why that's why they took all them ass whoopers on them bridges, huh? So Ayo can get up here and talk about I'm a BBW and I'm a this and I'm a that. And I'm like, wow. We let this shit happen. We did it. That's exactly what we did.
I want to go back to one of the previous conversations. So the conversation with the 25-year-old, I was like, ooh, I got to call in, kind of help out with this conversation. But the next caller after the 25-year-old said something like the fear of being a wife. And I was thinking about all of the single mothers that I'm a teacher, and I've met a lot of different single mothers and single fathers, and that, Black women are typically more likely to be single mothers than white women. But in terms of, like, if we're talking statistically, because I know you like facts, the Pew Research Center said that solo parents are typically 42% white. It's just that there's more Black women who are single parents. And so I think what you were saying earlier is accurate in that when you are a single mother, you are choosing sometimes if you don't have an established career and you do not have and you're in a disassembled community, you are choosing poverty for your children.
Miss Lauren, I'm gonna have to go ahead and move past but I'm going to bring on this subject about taking our image back, but because that's really what's going to have to happen. Because I know, and it's not comfortable because they willing to do. We feel like they got nothing to lose. We got stuff to lose. We got stuff to lose too. Our ethnic image is trash, and we got to fix that on both sides. I'm gonna bring you back in on another day. I appreciate it. Hey, Miss Van, how are you?
Alisa.
How are you? Big bottle of water. That's what it is. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 36. I'm a little bit nervous.
You're 2'6" or 3'6"?
3'6".
Are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
All right. What do you got on the subject?
Well, I was trying to listen what you guys were talking about.
Okay.
And hopefully my English is good.
Okay.
I was trying to catch up what you guys were talking about.
When did you come to the platform? Well, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna let you fall back and listen to the rest of the conversations. And if you have something to add on, I'll let you do this. Let me bring some more folks in because I only have a few more minutes. Yeah, big bottle of wine. Hey, hey, hey. I'm like, God damn it. I can't believe this. Uh, uh, Miss Adams, Angelica Blackman. Go ahead, Angelica. You got the moon up. Big bottle of wine. And she fat like she got to like the, you know, when you got the stomach to go down to your knees and you gotta kind of have to. I'm just like, ugh. Hi, how are you?
Me?
Angelica, how are you? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. All right. A little bit young for the topic, but what do you got?
uh,
When did you join the broadcast?
I joined the broadcast about I would say an hour ago. I would
Okay.
say I was in there putting my makeup
Were the
on.
calls already going on?
Hmm?
Were the calls already going on, or was I still doing the monologue?
You were still doing the monologue a little bit, like it was like toward
All
the
right.
end.
Do you have anything on the subject?
I would I would say I want to add to that. As as catchy as the music is, I kind of agree with you with a lot of the points about you saying how their music is not really helping our community. I feel like it's not really helping our community.
Do you listen to it?
Huh?
Do you listen to it?
No, I do not listen to it actually.
Okay.
I hear my mom actually showed me some of it the other day, and I'm just listening to it like, okay.
How old is your mom?
My mom is 42.
Is she married?
No.
What's your mom doing listening to Lizzo?
She she grew up in the rap era. She grew up in that era.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say something right now, and I hope you take it in the spirit it's given. I'm gonna say this. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. You see what happens to our young ladies. 42, introducing an 18-year-old who's not interested in this filth. Do you think a father would do this? Do you think a father would introduce his daughter to Liz goddamn O and Cardi B? You know what? I may do an extra broadcast this week because we need to go over mother-daughter relationships and how they are jacking up stuff. And the one I just talked about is the one where the mother tries to relive her youth through the daughter. The daughter is trying to square up and go down the right path. And yeah. Mother-daughter got deep. I'm going on vacation next week, but I'm still trying to decide. Tomorrow night, Instagram, Wednesday, I gotta holler at the church, and I also gotta talk about this high value thing. But you know what? I think I'm gonna have to wait on that high value piece. We're gonna have to get into this mother daughter stuff because that thing right there, I want you to understand. Women are critical, the first teachers of the children. But if we can't get women to want to marry, not because they're not marriageable men out there, mind you. 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% in the middle class. Not because they're not marriageable men, because of some fear of what could happen. And understand, all these women who fear all this stuff are average middle class people at best. They are not banking. But then ask, well, what about having a baby? Oh, I'd have a baby. So being a single mother is less concerning than being a divorcee. Ain't that a bit? Black men in general, black men in particular, I know you feel some kind of way about that, but I'm going to just leave that right there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been a dope show. You know, and here's the thing. I as a musician, I support freedom of speech. I really do. So in the one breath, I can say I don't like her music, but I will defend her right to make it. What I don't like is the fact that she can be everything that men should be, but we get demonized for it. That's what I don't like, and that's what we got to stop this crap. But, that's how it is right now. Appreciate it. The moderators dropped the link down there in the chat room. Join the family. I'm going to do another family broadcast. The family gets to see a lot of stuff. I'm going to bring in a few more folks, and then we get up out of here. Psych. I want y'all to hear the song. I love her voice. Take us out, Jen. Ooh, I love her voice. I told her prepare to be famous. We're gonna take over the world, Jen. Shout out to Albert and Preach. Turn me on to this singer. Oh my God. I'm a PhD. Yeah. Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive me and one love to the feminine, beautiful, inspiration. Ladies.
Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Lead the way.
Big Shirley.
So tell your good lies.
Tell them good lies.
So find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies. Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. No. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
home and get your fucking shine box.
Ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba. I love the new watch thing. Bobbity bobbity bop, we are gone.